guys, welcome to Witches of the Moon. I'm your Wednesday host, and this week's topic is who do witches worship? Now, depending on the branch of paganism, I guess, that you are practicing will depend on what you can worship. Most witches believe in a god and goddess. There are some witches that only believe in the goddess, or worship to the goddess, I'm sorry. There are some that see their higher power as either a fairy or a dragon. That is also two different branches of paganism, fairy Wicca or fairy magic, and draconic. But then you have quite a few of us that are eclectic and like to pull from different aspects of paganism, Buddhism and stuff like that. We like to combine what we practice. So therefore there are some out there that choose to work with different deities depending on what their spell work is, or depending on what Sabbat it is. But see, everybody's just a little bit different. I personally am an eclectic witch, but I consider myself Wiccan. I'm Wiccan. And I like to follow and do magic as Egyptian magic. My matron goddess is Isis, and that's who I choose to work with most of the time. I do work with a god, I just don't work with them very often. I do have fairies. I don't work with them side by side like some do. This is just personally what I do. Like I said in previous videos, everybody's different. But then, to me, when it says, who do witches worship? There are lots of gods and goddesses out there, and I know some witches say that their deity chose them. Some say that they choose their deity. In regards of asking the deity to work with them, that's exactly what you do. You ask. You don't just say, I will work with this deity, because I do know that if that is tried upon and you ask for help, I guess, so to say, if you ask for a deity to help you do your workings, then you have a better chance of them helping you. You don't want to sound forceful. So because there's so many different branches of Wicca, there are many deities that you can worship or work with. But that is completely and totally up to you. The best piece of advice that I can give anybody is just do your research. If you are not connecting with a certain deity, then maybe it's not that deity that you think is connecting with you. It might be somebody that has similar characteristics as the deity that you think it is. So look at other possibilities. Because if you're a fairy Wiccan, or if you work with the fairies, there are different fairy queens that you can work with from different backgrounds. It's hard to explain. I probably am not making any sense to you, but I'm trying to explain it the best I can. But for me personally, I'm pulled toward Egyptian magic. So it didn't take me long personally to find my goddess, because I've always been pulled towards Egyptian things. So I just started to do my research on Egyptian deities, and I started to meditate on different Egyptian deities. This is when I was young. I was 12 when I first, started all this. So I think I was about 12 or 13 when Isis called to me, and I had just done my research on the different deities. I had them all fresh in my brain, and I did a meditation, and during my meditation, I seen a silhouette of a woman with wings. So at the time I had no idea what that was, so I had done the research on it, and I found out that it was Isis. But in regards to that, if you look pictures up of different deities through the Egyptian pantheon, there are a lot of figurines and a lot of pictures that show different Egyptian deities with wings. So that's where I was coming in before, saying that if it's not one certain deity, if you think it's one certain deity, but then you try to work with them and it's just not connecting, then I would check into another deity. I wouldn't check into, but I would research another deity that has very similar characteristics, and pull up all your possibilities, and then when you're doing your meditation, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. So just whatever pulls to you is probably the area that you would want to do your research on. Or you could, do some genealogy on your background and see where you originated from. And you can start from there and look into the different deities that was from your background, like Greek, or just different. Your history will tell you which way to go. That's the best advice I could give you. So if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, please. Thank you again. We've hit 500 subscribers, and we are planning a giveaway, so it should be, keep a lookout for information on the giveaway. Also, we are looking for more topics. So if you have any questions or any concerns or anything that you wish to talk about or have us talk about, please leave a comment on this video or any of our other hosts' videos, and we can get your questions answered either right there in the comments, or we'll do it as a topic. So yes, ask questions. Ask. So, yeah, until next week, blessed be.